In this tutorial, we're going to introduce two commands, find and grep or grep, depends how you pronounce it. So, to help you find files on your systems, you can use commands such as find or grep. There are some other commands too, for example, locate, but find and grep are being used mostly by users. And we're gonna just start with find because the find command is the best command for searching your file system for files based on a variety of attributes. Okay, you can even act on files using, for example, some other options. We're gonna start with the basics, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can find files using different options. Okay, so we go to the slash directory. You can just type find, and that's it. Okay, the find command finds all files and directories below the current directory. Well, this is not very efficient, right? Because we don't want everything, right? We just wanted to make it more specific. So if you want to search for from a particular point in the directory tree, just add the name of the directory you want to search. For example, you go cd etc, or then type find, or you can just do this find. See, now it just finds with all the files under etc. So now if you run find as a regular user, you do not have special permission to find files that are readable. For example, I'm the root actually here, but let's see. Let's do this. Control C. Okay. So I have a couple of users. They all can search for ITZY here. So now I'm just gonna be the root here. Okay. So now, since I have two users, I can just test any of the users. Doesn't matter. I'm the root right now. So there is a special option to the find command, which is -ls, okay, or -ls. A long listing, ownership, permission, size, and so on is printed with each file when you add -ls to the find command. Okay? I'm gonna do a test. So we just type find by home. Now, man, this is the option I'm going to add. See? Now it shows you everything. We go to the top. So it shows you permission, ownership, the size, and so on. Okay, so -ls will give you more and more information. So now we'd like to find files by name. To find files by name, you can use the -name and -iname options. What is -i? It will give you both uppercase and lowercase. Okay, we can do like a couple of examples here for sure. For example, we say, let's just clear this one, find under this directory hyphen name, search for this name. Okay, see? So using the hyphen name option and no asterisks, because I'm going to use asterisks after to make it more specific. The first, like this example, will list any files in the etc directory that are named this exactly. But sometimes what you need to do, you want to go iname. What does that mean? That means show me both uppercase and lowercase. And, oops, sorry. And also show me anything that has the word past WD. Okay? So, again, by using hyphen iname instead, you can match any combination of upper and lowercase. By using asterisks, you can match any file name that includes the word past WD. So as you can see, it will give you more options, of course. See? So for example, is this one O past D, CH past D. Okay? Sometimes you'd like to find files by size. Okay? For example, let's say if your disk is filling up and you want to find where your biggest files are, you can just search your system by file size. Okay? The hyphen or dash size option enables you to search for files that are exactly smaller than or larger than a selected size. For example, you go to this file, find user share. Okay, I want the size of to find the files that are bigger than 10 megabyte. Okay, so these are the files that are bigger than 10 megabyte under this directory, these directories. Okay, but hey, sometimes uh, I want to find files that are less than a selected size. For example, find again same directory size minus means less than. Okay, less than 1 meg. All these files, all these are less than 1 megabyte. Okay, so there is one more thing I can do. For example, you can just search for a specific file. Okay, that you can search for a specific file, or you can just any files that are between a specific size. For example, 500 meg to 5 gig, for example, something like that, right? And I'm just gonna add another option, dash execute. Okay, I'm just gonna describe what that is, but to run the du command on each file to see the size. So this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm still going to say find under this one, under the directory, the size between, let's say, 10 megabyte and the size 50 megabytes. Sorry, I have to do and less than 50 megabyte. Okay, so I'm just saying find any files between size 10 megabyte and less than 50 megabyte and run. After you've found the result, run this du will show you the size of the file itself. Okay, And here's the command that you have to use. Okay. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake here. Oops, sorry. Forgot the dashes. See the files? Okay. What did we do in this example again? So in this example I said find the files between 10 megabyte and 50 megabyte. So if you just look at the files, they're all between 50 or 10 megabyte, okay? And also show me the size of the file after you've found the files, which is this one. So you execute, like you basically type this option, okay? This is an option, unfind. It will act unfind. So sometimes we can even find files by users, right? Like you can type. I have two users on this. Basically, there are three users beside root. So we have root, Roham, and Joe. Okay, these are my users. So I'm just gonna find under home. Okay, user Roham dash ls. What this does is it outputs a long listing of all files under the home directory that are owned by the user Roham. Okay, this is the command again. Find under the home directory user Roham. So whatever is owned by this user, you can do. Sometimes you can just add or show me or Roham or Joe. Okay. For example, you type this user Roham or user Joe dash error. So most likely it's gonna show me Joe. Okay, yeah. So I'm saying or, not and here. Show me or. Either or. So this will list files owned by Rohan or Joe. Sometimes, for example, you have some groups, right? Let me see if it works. Then I'm sure I'll explain it to you how, because I have something in my mind that I might use to work with. Okay, it's not the name of an existing group. Okay, I just have to. Okay, so the find command of etc turns up all files that have root as their primary group assignment. Okay, so here I'm just saying if the group name is root as their primary group assignment, show it to me. Okay, there's one example that shows what I'm. It's a very actually uh, interesting command. Let me just type it for you because I use this a lot. Define, for example, var. Okay, not. Okay, what does this do? It shows all files under var spool that are not owned by the user root. Okay, So you can see I'm trying to find files, okay, under var spool. Go here and find files that are not owned by the user root and show it to me. Okay? The other option is finding files by permission, right? Because searching for files by permission is an excellent way to turn up security issues on your system. Okay? If there is an issue, you can uncover access issues, for example, right? Let's just do a couple of examples, then it will make more sense for you. If you search, let me just clear this one. If you search for find under this directory bin, I'm going to explain to you what this means. 755-ls. Okay? When you search for this dash perm 755, it will show you any files or directories with exactly, give me a sec, with exactly this permission. Okay? See, all the permissions are the same. All the same. So basically read write access for the user, read and execute for the group, and read and execute for others. Okay? So when you search for say 755, it will show you the permission of files that match this. So read write execute for the owner of the file, read and execute for the groups, and read and execute for the others. Okay? Now we have another option. I just want to find the files that have write permission, okay, for user group, and other. Uh, for example, the user has the write permission, group has the write permission, and other has the write permission. I'm just gonna match the directories, okay, not files. This time I'm just gonna search for directories. So what I would do is just type find Ohem, okay. If it has permission 222, that means write for the root, I mean the owner, the group, and the other. And just the type of file has to be a directory. Just search for directories under this folder, or the whole row, like this directory with this permission, and the type is a directory. There is nothing there. How about we search for, let's see. There shouldn't be, there's some, I'm not sure if I have the files in there. Yeah, for example, let's test this one. See D here? D. That stands for directory. That means I only searched for directories here, and that's it, nothing else. So read, write, execute, read, execute, and read, execute. So I found all the directories with this permission, which is this one, under Om Roham. And it has to be a directory and nothing else, okay? You can even search for files too, right? For example, you can just type, instead of type F, D, you can just type F. Of course, we don't have anything here, but it will show you, like, it's hard to find because There should be, because I don't have any file. Let's just create a file. Let's just find touch test. Okay, I just create a file and I change the permission to let's say 222 test. Okay, so I'm just gonna find for files with this permission. See, it shows me test because I just gave it permission 222, and I'm saying okay, search for this file that has permission 222. Okay, that's another example. Okay, you can also find files by date and time. Okay, so date and time stamps are stored for each file when it is created. Whenever you create a file or a file or a folder, it's going to create a timestamp for it. Okay? Whenever it's accessed, whenever it's modified, or when its metadata is changed, its date and timestamps are going to change. Okay? For example, let's say you change the contents of a configuration file, okay? And you can't remember which one. So you search for itsy to see what has changed in the past 10 minutes. But let's just do an example. For example, I go to cd itsy, okay? There are so many files. Let's see what file I'll find. Actually, let's do this. A better example. Cat group. Okay. Okay. So I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna just put this here. Okay. So I've just made some changes here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say find. Let's see. These are the files that got changed in the last 10 minutes. Do you remember this one? I just went here and I made some changes. Now I said in the past 10 minutes, whatever got changed, just show me. In the past 10 minutes. Okay? Uh, there another thing that you can try for sure. For example, let's say you suspect that someone hacked your system 3 days ago. Okay? So you search the system to see if any commands have had their ownership or permission changed in the past 3 days, or some permission got changed. Okay? We can do this. Let's say we can go find, go under bin, go under user bin, go under sbin, and go under user sbin, c time dash 3. Okay, what does this do? This will show you if any changes in permission ownership got changed in the past 3 days. Okay, this is very useful. For example, if you want to see if any permission got changed in the past 3 days. Because, so for example, if someone hacks into your system and changes something, and if you don't have any monitoring tools, it's very hard to find that specific file. But using this command, at least you can find some, for example, files that got changed in the past couple of days, like 5 days, last week or last month, okay? Now the next option that I'm going to use is using not and or when finding files, okay? I've showed you a couple of examples with or, but there is one thing that we can use. Let me see if this directory exists. This is very okay. We don't have this directory. Okay, so let's say there is a shared directory called oops, uh, let's let's say log. Okay, what you can do, you can say find var log / user Joe or Roham. Oh, sorry. User Roham. Okay. Say Joe / yes / so there's nothing there for now, but what this does, it will search for shared directory between two files, between two users, okay, and enables you to find files that are owned by either Joe or Rohan, okay. Let's see if there is something under spool. I don't think there is anything here because I don't have a shared directory right now between these two, but if there was anything, a shared directory, you can just use this one. You can combine basically multiple requirements and searches, right? For example, I want to search for a file that is owned by Roham and the size is 1 MB or more than 1 MB. Okay. So for example, I find, go here, user Roham, okay, and the size is more than 1 MB. So I will go dash this. Okay. So as you can see, it shows you both the files or directories and also the size that is more than 1 MB here. Okay, so you can add multiple requirements on your searches. Okay, so in this case it has to be owned by the user Roham, and also it has to be more than 1 MB. Okay, now here's the interesting part. One of the most powerful features of the find command is the capability to execute commands on any files you want. You can execute something on those files, right? With this option. I showed you this one already. Okay? So when you use this command, this is going to be executed on every file found without stopping to ask if that's okay, right? Okay? But the OK option does another thing. This option. This will actually stops and tell you when it matches a file. It says, okay, you want to run the command on it or not? Okay. So here's the way you do it. So find. Let's say you have your options. Okay. Dash exec command. That's how you use it. And for this one is okay command. Okay. So they look the same, pretty much the same. But okay will keep asking you, like, do you want this? Do you want that? It will stop actually, okay? We're just gonna do a couple of examples, okay? Let's just come up with an example. Okay, let's say I go to this directory, find Etsy. Go and find under IP tables. If it finds and matches IP tables, go to Etsy, find this name. Doesn't matter if it's lowercase or uppercase. I name is just for that. And execute. Execute this command on it. I found okay. This is for the Red Hat, this command. So for example, let's just say what we can find here. Let's see what we have. Local log. You're going to under. Let me just go under Etsy for a second. Okay. So for example, it's going to say, because IP tables was for Red Hat, I thought it's the same for Ubuntu, but it's just pretty much the same. It's not the same. Okay, so again, we're just going to say find, go under Etsy. Okay, when you find this name, it's case insensitive, right? That means both uppercase and lowercase. Then execute this command on it. Say okay, echo. I found. So basically you put the result of this in here, okay, between these brackets. So it says find, I found this, this, and this. Okay, so basically you put the result of this one in here. You can also use pipe. You can pipe it to something else. You can just pipe it, for example, to sort. As an example, let's say I want to find files under US share. Okay. And with the size of, let's say, more than 5 megabyte, and execute. Now execute du on it. Okay. Then sort the files for me based on their what? Based on their based on their size. Okay. See, I'm going to say go to this folder, find the size of the file that is more than 5 meg, execute du. This is du. We'll show you du. Okay, then sort them for me. Okay, but here's the thing, these are for execute, but for the OK options, when you enable OK dash OK, it will show you, it will ask you one at a time whether each file found is acted upon by the command you enter. For example, let's just do this one. Do you want to du this one? Do you want this one? Yes. 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 See, it just shows you the files that you said yes, not no. So the OK option will show you, do you want this one? Do you want this one? You just go with yes or no. Then at the end, it will show you the selected files that has the yes option with them. Okay. There are so many other options, but because find is a very powerful command, and you can find a lot of things using find. Now we're going to just look at the command grep. If you want to search for files that contain a certain search term, okay, you can use the grep command. So with grep, you can search so many things. For example, you can search for a whole directory structure of a file, like recursively. You can search for a single file, and it comes with so many options. Okay. For example, what you can, for as an example, if I'm going to find text strings in one or more files, right? For example, let's say I'm going to go grep the desktop. It should be, let me just search for something that is more. Um, Actually, let's just do an example here. So whether, wait, okay, just save it. So now I'll go here and on the grep, this file test. Oh, sorry. Find Roham, or let's say stack. Did I type my name? Capital letter. Okay. So grep this from this file. See, it will show you this one, this name under this file. Okay. Or for example, it will show you. Let's just type something else. Try something else. Grep WD under. Oh, sorry. You have to just type. So have you seen what I did? When I did this, it says etsy is a directory, okay? But once you add -r, okay, it will do a recursive search for me. It goes through all the it go it goes to that directory and search all the directories under Etsy and search this past WD for me. Okay? You can also add -i to make it case insensitive. Okay? For example, you can combine these two, -I and -R, to say, okay, just uh, make it case insensitive, okay? Sometimes you just want to search for lines that don't contain a selected text string, okay? Then you need to use the V option, -V option, okay? For example, let's see. Do you remember this one? This is the last line here, okay? Compact, okay? So it will show you everything, all the files, everything that doesn't contain this file, okay? There's so many files or so many things that doesn't contain this name compact, okay? And you can also, there's another option you can use, like -L option. What it does, it will just list files that include the search text, right? For example, you can just do this one. It will list it for you like this, but it doesn't show you the result right in front of it. Just show you the files that contain this name and nothing else, okay? It doesn't say where exactly I found it inside the file. It will say just these files have this basically word. You can also use option --color, okay? Let's just do an example. Let me see if I just type it on this one. That's not a good option. Let's just do this. Grep -RI dash. I'm not sure if it will show you something, but I'll just give it a try. No, not sysconfig. Because I keep thinking about Red Hat, because Red Hat is my favorite OS. Okay, so as you can see, it will show you with the color that this file contains the word root, and for example, just remove the option I here. It's not going to do anything because it's not file, because we are specifically saying it's in this file, right? So show me this one. Okay. To search the output of a command for a term, you can pipe the output to the grep, okay? For example, I know the IP address are listed on output lines from the IP command, right? For example, when you type IP, it shows me all the IP addresses that I have right now, for example, but I just want to pipe it to grep. As you can see, when you use grep, you can display those lines with the IP that has inet in it. Okay, say okay, go here and grep to inet. There are so many other options that you can use with man. You can go here and read about them. For example, grep version, basic. Like these are like very advanced. You can search for pattern. For example, you can if it. I'll have another tutorial just about this one because it's very powerful and very useful. But these are like basic stuff. For example, I will ignore case and the color. We've looked at this one color files with matches. So there are so many options. Grep is like a very old command, so it has so many other options that you can use. Okay. I hope this tutorial was useful for you guys. Of course, it's not a very advanced tutorial. Find and grep has so many other options, but this will show you exactly at least how you can use these two very powerful commands. Thank you very much for watching, guys.